Nice. Nice. All right, y'all. We've got a 40-volt chainsaw here from Teccpo. We're gonna do an unboxing real quick and an assembly. See what we got here. I've been wanting a 40-volt chainsaw for a good while now, and thanks to my friends over at Teccpo, they've sent me a 40-volt chainsaw. Wow, big owner's manual. This is your bar right here. Let's see, no chain in that. So there's your bar, and it's got a sheath for it to go in. You got your charger, 40-volt charger. Got a 40-volt battery. Let's see if it tells the amp hours on it. Oh man. You know what I like about this is 2.5 amp hours. So you know what I like about cordless stuff is that you don't have to worry about gas, you don't have to worry about cranking. All right, so here on the side, okay, it's only got one bar. Comes in the box with one bar there. I don't know if you can see that, but take my word for it. Get the chainsaw out of here. It's got a pretty good bit of weight to it. I've got an electric chainsaw, and I'm really digging it because, like I say, you don't have to worry about the gas. Where is the chain at? There's the chain. All right. You got the chain, the chainsaw, the place for the battery. There's a charger and everything. If you don't know about chainsaws, I'm just going to give you a little once over on this before we get to putting it together. You've got a chain brake right here. This chain brake is when you get through using it and you put it on the ground or wherever you're going to sit it at, you turn the chain brake on, and that keeps the chain from moving if you accidentally hit the trigger. Okay, and the chain brake is for when you're sawing on something. It'll kick back sometimes, and when it does, it'll hit you on the, let me put it in here so you can see it, it'll hit you on the wrist right there. See that? So you cut, it kicks back, it just hit that brake, that stops the chain so you don't come back and hit yourself between the eyes with a chain, you know. I'm gonna go through the owner's manual here real quick, and then we'll come back and put this together. That way I don't steer you wrong, because I know about chainsaws, but I don't know about this chainsaw. All right, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. This book, even as big as it is not a very good user manual as far as assembling this chainsaw. Let me show you how to assemble this chainsaw. First thing you want to do is take this orange piece right here and turn it counterclockwise. Okay. All right, we're getting it off. There it comes. The way this works is, you see this arrow right here. Do you see this minus and this plus sign? When you're turning this, this is a camber. This doesn't work like just a regular old chainsaw. This has to be right here. And what it does when you turn this black piece is it runs along that camber in there and makes your chain tighter or looser by moving this bar in and out. This camber right here rides along this. My only thinking is, if you're going to change this blade, this bar, and flip it over like you're supposed to do, you will have to take this screw out and take this off and put it on this other side and put the screw back in. That's what I'm thinking. That's the only way you can do it. Every few hours of running this chainsaw continuously, you have to flip the bar over, or your bar will wear unevenly. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, you've got two guides right here. You got this slot right here. We're going to put the chainsaw bar right there. But why, I don't know. Next thing we got to do is put the chain on. Hold on, let's go backwards just a minute. Alrighty. Ah, fun. Okay. How does the chain go? Let me tell you. Do you see this right here? That's the way it goes right there. This is a flat side, and this is not a flat side. The flat side is the side that doesn't cut. This side does cut. So your chainsaw moves in this kind of direction. So you want this to be going in that kind of direction when you put it on your bar like this. Now the next thing you want to do is, you see these little tines right here? These go up in the bar like this. Just like that. That's the way it goes. Just like that. Now you want to put this. Do you also see this? This right here? See that? Right there. All right. This chain, these little teeth right here on the inside of it, ride inside this sprocket right here. Now you want to put it on right here. You want this to ride up in here like that. All right. Now you're going to take this and put it over top of this, and you want to turn this until it's tight. Okay, the chain's a little loose. You want to turn this all right. Now it's super tight, too tight. Go back a little bit, too loose. All right, let's tighten this down. We're gonna check it again. Still too tight. Gonna loosen this up. Go a couple clicks. Just tighten it down. All right, she can move freely, but she's a little loose. Let's loosen this up. I like the clicks to this. Let's click it one time. Tighten it down. Let's loosen it up. Click it one more time. Just tighten it down. Okay. It's pretty good. Might be still just a little bit too tight. I think it clicked twice that last time. Loosen this up again. Let's go back the opposite way. One click. Didn't move. Just like with any chainsaw, sometimes you gotta persuade the bar around a little bit. All right, that feels pretty good. Now you want this thing to move freely. If it don't move at all, that means it's definitely too tight. All right. Now the next thing we're gonna have to do is we need to put this sheath back on here and go get some oil to put in the reservoir. It does not come with oil. Now what I want to show you here before we put oil in it is I want to show you I've got two different kinds of bar oil. Okay, this came from Walmart. This came from Amazon. Also, I want to show you something real quick. This came from Amazon. There will be links in the video description down below, not only for the chainsaw, but the oil and the chain sharpener. So these two were mine. That's what I needed for my electric chainsaw, okay, to move the blade in and out. This is a blade sharpening kit for the chain, okay. It's perfect. I mean, it's got everything you need here to sharpen your chainsaw blade, which I'm not going to go into in this video because there's lots of good videos online. Actually, whenever we try out this chainsaw, it's going to be with a professional tree removal, tree surgeon, whatever you want to call it. The guy, L&M Tree Service, is going to be trying this out up in a tree and giving me his thoughts on this because he's a professional. So that'll be And in another video, who knows? So you got a minimum and a maximum. First thing you want to do before you ever use a chainsaw is put some oil in it. Chainsaw oil is not like regular oil. Chainsaw oil is a lot thicker. Just fill it up. You don't want to overflow it. Not that it's going to mess anything up, is that it's going to make a mess. And before you fill this up after you've been using it for a while, you want to keep a paintbrush on hand, which is actually where I've got this stuff stored at in my building. I've got a paintbrush sitting there, and you want to keep that paintbrush with you as you're using your chainsaw, because before you fill this up with oil, you want to take your paintbrush and dust off this area right here, because you don't want sawdust to get down inside this reservoir. It's going to stop up where your oil comes out and oils your chain. You've got to have oil in this reservoir. Now I want you to see this. Do you see that oil moving in there? That means you got oil in it. All right. The next thing I want to do is try this battery and see how long it takes to charge it for the first time, okay? We want to go ahead and plug this up to a power source. So we'll plug that in right there to a power source. So 110. Next thing we want to do, you'll see that it's got a light here that comes on. We want to just slide this. We want to just slide this in here to the clicks. Let's wait for it to come on. Now it shows that it's charging. It is 5:51. We'll see how long this thing takes to charge. All right, 6:47. It has just got stopped charging. To get this out of here, you push the two buttons in on the side and pull up. The one thing you want to know about charging these batteries is when you get through cutting using the product, you can't just come in here and throw this battery in here. You've got to let it cool down for about 10-15 minutes and then stick it in there, or you'll get an error. Okay, let's cut this thing up. I've got a tree limb over here that fell down. Let's just give it a what for and try it out, and just to see how it does. You take your battery, pop it in here like that, pull this off. Make sure your chain brake is turned off, but you want it pulled back toward your hand. Push the button in here on the side, and now pull the trigger. Nice. 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 Very, very nice. Well, that's pretty good.
I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of impressed with it.
Yeah, I mean,
to tell you the truth, I mean, it's cutting through them limbs pretty good.
Yeah.